Hey guys, Chris here. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever the hell it is you say, I don't care. I hope all of you are happy and safe and healthy, and you guys are finding a really, really good new year waiting for you this year. I want to do a shave video tonight, and I want to kind of talk about a couple products I got over the Christmas season. I'm just going to show you a couple of them briefly. Most of the time I focused on hardware, and I got a couple new pieces that I'm really excited about. First and foremost is I finally got my Boker Tree Brand. This is a 5/8 round point with micarta scales. It does have a carbon steel blade. I'd like to get stainless steel at some point in time, but right now I really, really like this. First, what I wanted was the Boker Edelweiss, and that one's kind of hard to get, it seems like. It's a very popular blade. The bone scales look really nice on it, and the blade on the etching on the blade is really cool. So I had to settle for the Tree Brand, but hey, I'm not that concerned about it. I've heard great things about Boker, if you will, from the Stallion, so I'm really looking forward to giving that one a try. That's not the razor we're going to be using tonight. I'm going to be using a very special razor that I have on loan from a friend. We'll talk about that one in a minute. The other nice piece I got here was I finally got my nice strop. This one's from Straight Razor Designs. If you haven't gotten the chance to check out Lynn Abrams' shop, please do so. This is the 3-inch Latigo, red Latigo strop. It's got really nice handles. The leather is extremely supple right out of the box. It's not very stiff. You don't have to do a ton of conditioning on it other than just using the natural oils in your hand, which he will talk about in his videos. The other thing I got on this was the pressed wool fabric for doing some nice cleanups before you go and hit the leather. This is also good for refreshing, so I'm probably going to get some diamond spray for it at some point in time. But that's it's a very hefty thing. I'm going to just tell you right now, this one is going to last me for a long time, and I'm very happy that it will. Really thick and durable hardware. This is a great piece to have around, and I can't tell you that I could be any happier with it. Then, when it comes to brushes, I have a Semogue 1438 that I love dearly. It's probably my favorite brush. Just your standard Excelsior Semogue handle. It's made out of this wood, and that wood tends to get kind of ugly over time, especially when you drop it a couple times. You expose this thing to even a little bit of water, and problems really start to kind of come to play. So I like Semogue, so I asked for something else for Christmas this year, and I got the shaving brush we will be using tonight, and that is the Semogue Owners Club. This is supposed to be a really nice knot. I've used it a couple times, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. I like the handle. This is the cherry handle. It's pretty sturdy wood. It doesn't feel kind of like balsa wood like you feel from the other handle. So this is pretty nice, and I'm going to be using that tonight. And then let's talk about finally joining the elite. Finally really elevating myself. And that would be the software that I got this year. The software I got is none other than Martin De Candre. Now, this is the Fougere scent. We're Americans, you know, it's Fougere. I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, but that's what I'm going with, because America, you know what I mean? This is probably the most natural smelling soap I have in my den or have ever had. The smell is just so, it smells real, okay? That's the only way I can describe it. It smells real. It smells like you are in a wet forest filled with pine trees and lavender and oak moss. It's intoxicating. This is something that you want to smell all the time, and I do. I do have a little bit that I shaved off the top. It was filled all the way to the top, but my Hohenmeister Eric Schuett, I gave him a generous sample of this to give a try, because it's one of those things that really leads to a lot of questions, especially at its price point. You know, is it worth it? What's the scent like? You know, does it make me better than my friends? And you know, the short answer is yeah. It does. It makes you better than other people. You know, I don't really want to get all carried away with it. I mean, the damn thing came with an application for French citizenship. The doors that have opened up to me since I've gotten Martin De Candre have been incredible. You know, I used to be down low with you guys in the wet shaving proletariat, but since then I've joined this bourgeoisie society, and I really just feel kind of like everything that I have and everything I'm going to be using tonight kind of doesn't come up to snuff with using this. I mean, I really think I need to get myself like a Plasson, like real ivory brush in order to really elevate the Martin De Candre, but alas, I don't have that money yet. But we're going to use this tonight with that Semogue Owners Club, and the razor we're going to use tonight is a vintage steel, which I'm pretty excited about. This is a Friodur, I think that's how you say it, or it's made by J.A. Hengel's, but this is their INOX blade. This is a stainless steel blade. It's a 5/8 round point. My buddy Eric, the guy who hones my razors, good friend of mine, he got this razor from an old barber who had a bunch of them sitting inside of a suitcase, and he showed them to me. It must have been like a year ago, and we were going crazy about getting them. Well, this is the one that I wanted, and he nabbed it before I got the chance to. So Eric let me borrow it, and he did say he didn't think he was ever going to get it back, and I think he's right. I think this is mine now. I think I just annexed this razor. So we're going to give this one a try. I just got out of the shower a couple minutes ago, and we're going to give this a whirl. I have to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous knowing that I'm using a brand new blade on camera here. You know, first time shaves with this, you probably would imagine it's not a very good idea to do that. So we can expect some blood today. I really think that that's something that might happen. If not, we'll call it a success. If I don't have to go to the emergency room, it's always a good night. Martin De Candre lathers up pretty easily. I'm sorry I kind of don't pick it up and show it to the camera here, but I kind of tend to wash out the camera enough as it is. I'm as white as you could possibly be. There's no real sense to adding more of that to mess with the phone's auto color here. So, okay, loaded it up, and I'm going to bowl lather tonight. It's a little bit dry. Soap is a little bit thirsty. But you know what's really great about this soap is that you don't notice it. That might sound weird to you, but when you get through a shave and you haven't noticed anything about that soap, maybe past its scent, it's because you got a really, really good soap. If you're not noticing any tugging, it's just performing the way it should be. And that's one of those things that I think gets overlooked. Everybody's looking for, oh, it's super, super slick. Yeah, but, you know, does it have any post-shave feel to it? People just tend to get carried away with one certain aspect of a soap, and that's what makes it to where they love it. Which isn't, I don't necessarily think, always a good policy. But, all right, let's go ahead and wet my face up here. As I said, I already took a shower, so let's go ahead and lather this stuff up here. Now, I really want to make sure I'm not letting any of this gold spill out on the floor. It's made me kind of a stingy individual. I have to be honest with you. When I was cutting up the samples for Eric, I was really asking myself, how much should I really give him? Because it's just so expensive that you kind of begin to ask yourself, how much is our friendship really worth, you know? But you know what it's worth? It's worth the fact that I get really good hones on my blades, and Eric does it for fun. I got him into this, and so we've got a really good friend in Eric, so he's free to my den, he knows that. And I've always been free to his. So, all right. Okay. Let's get started and hope I don't cut myself up. Now, I typically, the only blade that I really use is a Dovo Bismarck. that's the blade that I use, and you know, that's a 6/8 blade, so this is a 5/8, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous of what I'm going to do, but let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm just going to do 2 passes tonight, but okay. Nice blade. Very good hone by Mr. Schuett. Now, he did mention that he felt that blades like this have a little bit less weight to them. So you got to be really careful not to overcompensate with the pressure, and I can appreciate that for sure. Got to do the pig nose. So the protection's really good. The glide in it is awesome. Martin De Candre has it going on. So it's getting kind of cold here in Michigan, and we're going to be getting the dreaded snow here pretty soon, which will make me kind of busy. I won't probably be doing as many videos. I really haven't done a lot anyway. I'm not sure if that's something I want to change or not. I kind of, I like doing these kind of as they come, whenever I feel like it. You know, I'm not in this for subscribers. Of course, you know, it's nice to have them for sure. But hasn't made me $1 yet, but all right. So the chin was a little bit rough. Chin usually goes really well for me with that Bismarck, and I think that probably has to do with that added weight. I will certainly say this feels far more maneuverable. And you know, I mean, just this blade is so beautiful. I mean, this is from like the 70s, and the fact that this guy just kept him in a suitcase blows my mind. I mean, there were a bunch of them in there, and this guy did not buy garbage. Eric's never getting this back. Never, ever, ever. So, first pass is done up. Let's go ahead and rinse off here and do the second and last pass. So, thoughts on this Semogue bore brush. You know, when I got this, I was kind of expecting the same experience that I had with my 1438, which is being replaced, by the way. I still really like the look of that brush. I had a, you know, there was a heavy animal smell in that one, the 1438. With this one, all I did was just took some Dawn dishwashing detergent and put it inside of a cup. And with some hot water, took the brush, swished it around in it, left it there for about 10 minutes. Rinsed it out, repeat it twice. And honestly, just that little bit knocked it out. No smell whatsoever. I don't know if it's the grade of boar hair that's in this, because it's my understanding that there are different grades. I'm not necessarily certain what they are, but I know that this is supposed to have kind of like their top of the line in it. So I'm not sure if they do something in the process of bleaching it that makes it to where it doesn't have the smell so much. But whatever it is, it worked. So, all right. So against the grain here, I have to say I really wow. I really like this blade a lot. It's a beautiful blade. And I'm really not that good of a straight razor shaver, and this has given me pretty smooth. Can't compete with it. It's all in the ending though, for me. How does it end? Do I end with irritation and burning with the aftershave? Or does everything come out nice? Oh yeah, this part never gets comfortable right here. You know, some guys say what they do is they just they swallow and then they kind of just hold their Adam's apple in, and that's the way to kind of get around it. I could see that. I could see why people would do that. And I could see how it could work. So, across the grain here. This is the money pass right here for me. That Fougere scent really fills the air. I mean, I just notice as I'm doing this how little I'm talking about the soap, because it's such a non-factor. It's just something that I don't think about because it's just so good you don't even notice it's there. And that's remarkable. Wow. You know, I'm trying to get a little bit better with this, and I kind of feel like maybe the size of the Dovo, maybe it makes it a little bit more clumsy. Maybe the 5/8 was the way to go. I don't know. I just really like the way that the blade looked. And I'm a superficial woman like that. I also didn't know how kind of carbon steel would feel as opposed to stainless steel, if there would be any difference. I kind of heard there was some slight ones, but... Ah, damn it. There's my first one, right under my nose. Shouldn't have flown too close to the sun, Icarus. Well, got it there. You know, this has been a really good shave, honestly, and I fully suspect that what's going to happen here in the next few moments will prove that, and that's when I apply some aftershave. But let's go ahead and get the face cleaned up here, as clean as something like this could possibly get. This is pretty... It looks like someone lit my face on fire and put it out with a pitchfork. Now I'll go ahead and use my styptic pencil here, which I don't know how the hell I can get this to look like, get it to not look like a tampon that came out of a salt mine. But I mean, this is just nasty. Like, is there anything else that's maybe a little bit more precise than this thing? I mean, it's just awful. It's just it's a gross looking thing. It's more functional than anything, which I mean, I guess it's supposed to be, but. There. I'll seal that nick up. And I'm sure that that won't be Photoshopped, like at all. Franz. I shouldn't even have said anything, because now that jackass is going to do something. Alright. Shave is all done. Get some little bit of lather right here. Let's end it off classy, shall we? I kind of, tonight what I almost want to do is see if I could do my most expensive shave ever. Like, what's the most expensive shit I've got in here? And kind of went away from it. But I did go with my most expensive shaving soap, and I did go with my most expensive aftershave. And this aftershave is not really that expensive. It's just, it's good, you know, and I really like it. I probably would have never learned about it had it not been for Mr. Fine, and that would be the product that inspired him, Alt Innsbruck. So we're going to use this tonight. I figure it's a nice, very classy scent. Same way kind of we got into this Fougere. I think this would be a nice complement, so we'll be using this tonight. It's got a little bit of menthol in it, and everyone knows I'm a whiny bitch about menthol, but holy smokes. Man. This thing did an awesome job. I didn't get any burning whatsoever. None. Wonderful. Wow. Great shave tonight. Really, really enjoyed it. It's been kind of a shit day. And it's really nice to end it on that note. So, kind of some final thoughts. Vintage blade is great. Eric, thank you very much for letting me borrow that. I'm sure you'll see it again soon. And take two. Kind of lost it there. Don't know what the hell just happened, but let's carry on, okay? So, Martin De Candre. Is this stuff worth it? For sheer performance alone, I'm not necessarily certain it would be. Most people will say it's subjective, which can be kind of a cop-out answer. So, the performance all around is spectacular, so much so that not one particular thing sticks out about how great it is. If you're looking for a hell of a lot of product inside of one jar, that would be this thing. This thing is heavy, all right? It's a big, thick glass jar. You could use this as a self-defense weapon. I know a guy who dropped this on his foot and he died, all right? So bear that in mind. If you're looking for a lot of product that will last you a long time, this is certainly one of them. So I really enjoyed using this stuff. It's got a great smell, great performance, makes you better than other people. Don't forget to check that one off on your list. That one's very, very important. I know that because I now have risen to this level, and you too can rise to this level by talking to the people at Old Town Shaving Shop and hopefully getting some of this, because I mean, I'm not sure if they give it to anybody. I think you've got to, you know, you could probably make a couple videos and then finally you get released to be able to get this kind of stuff. So Martin De Candre is really good. Really happy I have it, and I'm sure it's going to be in regular rotation here in my den. So that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Hope you guys are having a good new year, and I will see you guys again really soon. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and either that, like, or subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Have a good night.